Okay, guys, can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Do I look okay? All right, so we got some folks that have passed the exam. All right, congratulations to all of you guys that have passed your exam. Amit Jane says, "Hey, I passed my exam yesterday with three ATs above target. Congratulations! That's almost a perfect score. Excellent, excellent. Congratulations to that." Um, Karen has got your exam tomorrow. Good luck. Make sure you sleep well tonight. Hopefully you do well. Let us know next week. You know how you did. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Somebody, Lopez says, I took it last Thursday and passed as well. So relieved. Congratulations once again. Don't forget to get the cake, okay, guys? If you're gonna pass the test, remember in my Udemy course, remember in my course with the book, I always say to get the cake. Make sure to get a piece of cake when you pass. Or whatever cake you like, or whatever is it that you eat. Blue shirt, yeah, I'm back with the blue shirt again, once again, of course, guys, gotta keep that. Wow, a lot of passing in here. Okay, Andrew Chan says, passed my PMP last Friday above all target. Eating cake, drinking beer, and that's very, very good. That sounds exactly like something I would do. Excellent, another person that passed. For Andrew there, congratulations. All right. Thomas. Thanks, Andrew, for all your help. Passed the exam last week. Congratulations, Thomas. Super congrats to you. Once again, don't forget to get the cake. Tonight, we're not going to do much questions. We're just going to congratulate all you guys that are passing. Oh, boy, here's another one. I'm telling you, tonight we're going to spend all night just congratulating folks. Hi, Andrew. I joined to thank you. Passed the exam with your training and videos. Congratulations there. Not sure how to pronounce that name. INCE. I think is how you pronounce that. Congratulations. Don't forget to get the cake. Track guys got it down 4:14. Okay, that's in a few weeks. I think next week. Good luck. The agile videos, yeah, they put a lot of work in those agile videos. 70% agile. Look at that. So one gentleman in the past says, hey, 70% agile. Wow, isn't that crazy? 10 drag and drop, 3 VMs, didn't need a calculator. Yeah, I don't think you need calculators on this exam. Doesn't seem like they're pushing calculations anymore on this particular test. All right. Somebody says here, here's a good PMP question. Somebody says, provide us with a step for administrative closure. What comes first? What comes last? It depends how the question is worded and what the choices are. When you're closing a project, basically, you want to make sure that all the administrative documents are completed. The project has been signed off. You want to make sure that you do your lesson learned, release your team, and the last thing is going to be to archive your project records. That's going to be the last thing. Remember, when you come to Agile and the project records, everything should have been done at that given moment. All right, 65% Agile. So it seems like this exam, something we were talking about last week with a lot of folks that passed kept, it seems like most of this exam is Agile. It's not even like 50-50. It's really a lot of Agile. PMI is probably listening to our conversation right now, and they're probably saying, oh boy. The PMI is probably listening and saying, oh boy, a lot of people know we put a lot of Agile questions. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do or not. Should we have more Agile questions? You know, I don't know the statistics on this world, but in my experience, a lot of the real world traditional projects is used more often than agile projects. Agile is used a lot in software and some types of product development, but I don't know the statistics on that. Does the world use more traditional or more agile? I'll tell you from my experience here at TIA, we do a lot of projects and we do a hybrid method. A lot of times, the beginning of it are agile, the development is agile, but the implementation is always some form of traditional method. So I think that's what it is. All right, we got Jason says, Jason, thanks for all you do. This weekend I passed the PMP and the ACP all in one weekend. Is that what you did? All in one weekend. That's pretty good. That's better than I would have done it. So congratulations, Jason, if that's what you did. Excellent. Yes, I do want to mention that if you have my study guide, my PMP study guide, right? So I got it right here. If you have my PMP study guide that comes with the e-learning course, don't forget you get the ACP videos. The ACP videos is in this study guide, right? It's in that e-learning class. So technically, if you guys use my stuff and you studied for your PMP, you guys could go and take the ACP. This is a common question I get. Andrew, can I take the ACP now? Well, if you watch all my videos, you're pretty much ready for the ACP because it's the same videos. I just reuse the videos over. In fact, in some of those videos, I'm talking about the ACP exam. The reason I did that was because I realized that the PMP exam included all the same content from the ACP. It's like they took the ACP and put it into PMP now. So I just did that with the videos. All right. Again, people are talking about that we have only had a couple EVM questions. You don't need to know a lot of formulas. Not anymore. Somebody says a question. I have a question. If a change request comes in, answer option 1, submit the change request, evaluate the change. What is the right answer? If a change request comes in, you have to evaluate it before submitting it, right? But depending on who you submitted it. If you submitted a change control board, it should be evaluated. Then they make a decision. It depends who you're submitting it. Are you submitting it for it to get made a decision, or are you submitting it to be evaluated? When a change request comes in, it has to be evaluated before a decision is made. Anna Rodriguez says, thank you. You passed your exam on Saturday. Congratulations, Anna. Once again, Anna, make sure to get the cake. All right. We gotta get the cake, guys. Congratulations. Anna, 80% agile. Whoa, guys, are we taking PMP or are we taking PMI-ACP here? Wow, that's a lot. That's the biggest number I've heard about so far. Well, congratulations, Anna. Track Guy says, should we practice PMI-ACP questions? If you want, yeah, you could do that. If you have an ACP study guide or something, or you got access to some ACP questions, knock yourself out. It is an agile exam. It will test you on that. The crystal, can I explain crystal method? No need to, Crystal methods is just not on your exam at all. I've never heard of anybody have any questions on it. Skip it, ignore it. What I want you guys to do, don't study all types of agile. The only one you're really going to concentrate on is Scrum, Kanban. Maybe you take a look at Extreme. And at a far out, maybe even lean development. That's it. Nothing more than that. Don't study anything more than that. Even for your ACP, Crystal was not on that test that I know of. Somebody says that I think your agile mindset helped on the exam. I always tell students. I spoke to someone that took our live class and passed the exam a few hours before I'm here now. And I was talking with him and he said to me that the most important part he got out of the class was when we went over, because we go over in the class, in the live class, we go over the mindset, and it's in the study guide, right? It's in the study guide. Review the mindset section, review the section on the even the videos has it, where I tell you how you should be thinking. Another thing that a lot of people said was very useful is that video I did where I talk about servant leader. Make sure you know servant leadership. Make sure you know the principles. Do some research on it. I did a small video where I explain a little bit of the concept. The book has concepts on it, but you're going to want to make sure to do some good research. When you're answering a question, say to yourself, hey, is this, am I being a servant leader? Is this a servant leader answer? And that's generally the answer. All right. Somebody says to me, I failed the exam in December 2020. You want to try it again for a second time? No, the application, he's asking me, do I have to fill the application out? And the answer is no, you don't have to fill the application out. When you submit the application, you should be good for 1 year from the time you submit it. So I think you're going to be good. You should just go on to your PMI profile. You'll see the eligibility. Can never pronounce the word. Eligibility, date. It'll tell you how long you have to take your exam. Generally, it's a year from when you submit it. Jerry says, do you have an Agile course on Udemy? Yes, I do. I have the PMI ACP. Just go to Udemy, put my name in there. You'll find it. All right. Daniel, you did some Prepcast. Guys, I always recommend Prepcast if you want a third-party. If you want a third-party practice test, Prepcast is the best one. In my personal opinion, a lot of people use it. Daniel is doing 76, 73. It sounds like you're good. A lot of people scoring the 70s. Some people even scoring the 60s and still pass. Prepcast is a good gauge. All right. Stephanie says servant leadership. That mindset is the way to go. Very important. I just mentioned that. All right, somebody says, thanks, Andrew. I watch your videos and it really helped. I got the servant leadership concept and there are a lot of questions pertaining to it. Exactly. Make sure you know it. All right. Monica says, thanks, Andrew. Passed my exam today. Your approach to understanding the question was a major part of my success. Congratulations. Don't forget to get the cake. I'm super happy for you. All right. Make sure you celebrate well. You know what? I always say get the cake, but don't forget the beer, okay? You got to get the beer. If you like beer, that is. Jason says, yes, Saturday PMP, Sunday ACP. What a... You know, Jason, you probably broke a record. I've never heard of somebody do two. That's, you know, PMP and ACP are two well-respected global certification. To do both certifications in a weekend? Man, Jason, you got to get a double slice of cake for that. That's impressive. You know, I have 62 certification, and I don't think I've ever attempted 2 major certification in a weekend. What materials did you use, Jason? For both certifications. But congratulations. That's pretty, that's really, you know what, not just congratulations. Hey, that's, I'm going to say that's pretty impressive. Impressive feat there. All right, Monica's got 10 to 15 matching questions. A lot of people get 10 to 20. It seems to be the number. 60% agile, no need for a calculator. Yeah, nobody's using a calculator. Prepcast is expensive, but you know what? Hey, a Rolls Royce. But if you want the best, you got to spend a little bit of money. Okay, so Sue D says, I'm from a construction industry. We use hybrid approach in my company. We hardly use Agile. How do you prepare for Agile? Question, I study the Agile concepts from the Udemy. Yes, if you go through my Agile videos, I think you'll be fine. If you really have to go through a lot of the Agile, remember, I taught it like you didn't know Agile. If you just know what I'm going through, you're going to be fine. A lot of people that takes this exam maybe had no clue on Agile, but they still did well on the tests. So once you go through it, you know, read the parts of the book you don't understand. I think you guys are going to be all right. Jason says, I found Prepcast to be a very good tool. Jason used my Udemy, used the Prepcast, and read the Agile book. Excellent. 70 says, advice, watch your time. It goes by pretty fast. I couldn't agree more. The gentleman that I was speaking to earlier today, a few hours ago, he said he didn't keep an eye on the clock and he finished the exam with 1 minute to go. So he really ran that clock out. Watch that clock. That clock goes quicker than you think. It's the fastest 4 hours of your life. You'll see. You sit down, you do it. It goes by pretty quick. Make sure to read the Agile Practice Guide. I can't recommend that enough. All right. Somebody says, Jason says he liked the guide for writing the application. Yeah, I have a video course on Udemy. It's a free one, actually, to write your applications. If you haven't looked, if you're writing your PMP application, check it out. It's also the same one in my course. It comes with the book and everything. Andrew, you should make a video. Anna, that's a good one. How to keep your PMP certification, how to earn PDUs. You know what? I'm going to consider that. I got to add that to my list of videos to make. I have a whole list of videos. Just the moment I get time, I'll get it done. That's a good one. That's a good topic. I got to remember that. The study guide, if you want, this is the study guide I'm referring to. Somebody asked, I have your Udemy course. Where do I get the study guide? This is the study guide I'm referring to. This you have to purchase on Amazon, all right? There's no PDF of it. It just comes from Amazon. The matching questions, Monica says, I felt the matching were pretty easy, not too challenging. I'm going to agree with you. A lot of people are telling me, I spoke with a guy who took our live class yesterday also. And he made a comment that says he looked forward to the matching questions because the matching questions were very easy. PMI is probably listening to me say that. They're like, okay, we're going to make it hard now. PMI, don't make it hard, please. Let's keep this trend going. So somebody says the first, when are the breaks given is basically, help me understand the break. So you should take your break. So here's how the exam works. You start the exam, they give you 60 questions. All right. After those 60 is up, they're going to tell you if you want a break. When you finished it, if you take the break, you got to submit the first 60 questions. You can't come back to it. Then you take a break. You should take the break. I'm telling you, you should. I'm pretty much saying it's mandatory. You should take the break. You got a 10-minute break. But remember, when you come back, you can't access the 60 that you submitted. Then you do another 60 questions. Then you get another break. Now you're up to 120. Take that 10-minute break. You submit that 60 now. You can't come back to those 60 questions again. And you definitely can't go back to the first set. Then you come back, now you're up to question 121. Then you do from 121 to 180, exam ends, and you go home. So that's how you take break. When will I be asked to leave the seat after the 60 questions? Now, you don't have to take the breaks, but you got to be crazy not to. Why not? All right, the timer is not going to affect your score. I mean, the break time is not going to affect your exam time. You want to get up. You want to put some blood into your head. You want to revive your memory, rejog your memory, get some fresh air, and then take your exam. All right, maybe use the bathroom also. Do some push-ups or some squats or something. Get your body back working again. All right, so take the break. Please do that. Jason says you can get free PDUs by doing the project management site. I am working on a PDU. Now, I'm not going to announce anything now, but I'm working on a way for you guys to get free 60 PDUs on another YouTube channel for Technical Institute of America. So our students can get, anyone, not any students, but anybody will be able to watch YouTube videos and get PDUs. You'll see that coming in the next month. So hold tight. follow the Technical Institute of America YouTube channel. So you guys can subscribe to that channel. Just go YouTube, type in Technical Institute of America, follow that channel. I post videos there pertaining to IT certifications. You guys got to remember, I am an IT person. So I post a lot of videos there pertaining to IT, but there's going to be a point where I'm going to be posting PDU videos to get PDUs and how to report them. All right. All right. Ramesh says, I passed the PMP on Saturday, 50% agile on hybrid. That sounds about how it should be. Would you recommend it? Would you recommend watching every? Ramesh recommends watching the exam content outline review I did in the video sets, the mindset at least 3 times. I'm telling you guys, thank you, Ramesh. Don't forget, get a piece of cake. Do all 3 of my mock exams. I'm telling you guys, make sure to review that section. It's very good. Ramesh also recommends the Prepcast. Very good. If you can't do your application, you can get a 90-day extension. Yes. So if you email PMI, if your application expires, they may give you an extension. This is true. Daniel says, hey, Andrew, when doing mock exams, I find myself either misinterpreted or miss some obvious key questions. How can I improve this? The way to improve that is don't rush it. If you're missing statements or missing the key words, is you're trying to go through too fast through the question. If you notice, what I do when I'm taking an exam is I highlight a lot of stuff. You'll see when I go to practice question, when I circle it in red is me highlighting it. Use that technique so you try not to get the key word. How much harder is Prepcast? Prepcast and the real exam, from what people are telling me, it's pretty similar in terms of exam difficulty. 7 No Joke says, what's in the Agile guide? Is that not in my course? My Udemy course covered everything in the Agile practice guide plus more, I think. I think I went through that guide pretty well. But you know what? Just review it just in case. Hey, the more you know, the better. How soon will you know after you take the test if you pass? Right away. The moment you're done, it'll tell you if you pass or you fail. How many questions should I attempt? 1,000 to 1,500 questions. Whether you do mine, you do Prepcast, or a combination would be great. All right, this person said Prepcast was good. Yes, the results are right away. Keep track of time. This is something I mentioned in the previous night classes. How should you keep track of time? And remember, you got 180 questions. You got 230 minutes. I forgot the number here, but you got to divide 230 by 180, and then how many minutes you have. Basically, maybe about every 1.5 hours, you should be done with maybe every hour, 60, I can't do the math there. How many minutes do we have per question? And then times that by 60, and that'll tell you how much you should be by. You don't want the exam to end. Let's just say after 2 hours, you should be done with 90 questions. So if you look at the clock and you see 120 minutes is done and you're at question like 70, I would start to get a little bit worried. By the halfway mark, be finished half the questions. 2 hours in, or I should say it's 230 minutes. So whatever that works out to, half of that, 115 minutes in, you should be done with half the questions, right? So keep an eye on the clock. Jason says he used my Udemy course, 10th edition, my live stream Prepcast Agile Guide. So 3 months. Very good, Jason. Very good. All right, what else more do we have here? Any suggestion on filling out the description? Casey is asking me any suggestion on filling out the project description. Watch that free PMP application course I did. If you could get on YouTube, or if not, just go to the Technical Institute of America YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Technical Institute of America. In there, I have videos on how to fill out the application. I did a video where I actually wrote an entire description, and I give you a template of how to write your description. Use that template. You can download it, edit it, change it up, make sure it looks like yours, and you're going to be just fine, okay? All right, Satish, I will. Can you do PMP, the ACP, with just your e-book, your e-course and book? Yes, just watch all the videos on the PMI ACP. You'll be fine. Those videos were made for ACP. I would try to maybe find some more practice questions for it, though, so I didn't have a lot of them in there. All right. Somebody says, my biggest mistake is I took the exam at 10 p.m. Why would you do that? Whose mind works well at 10 p.m. unless you generally work at night? I can't imagine taking an exam at 10 p.m. I mean, right now it's 7 p.m. for me, and I'm dying here. I can't imagine trying to do an exam at 10 p.m. That's tough. Unless you're a night person, tough. Wouldn't recommend that. I recommend for you guys to take your exam in the morning. The earlier the better. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock are good times. The PMP is very vague. Yes, it is. That's one of the best thing it is. It is vague. Somebody says, you got my study guide on Amazon. You are ready. Make sure to go through it. Watch the videos. Somebody says, the book is not available on Amazon. I don't know why. I checked the box. I have to email Amazon and ask them why. I don't know why it's not in Amazon India. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Amazon. All right. Danny says, hey, Andrew, I passed my exam last Sunday. Thanks a lot for your PMP mindset, ECU explanation, and these live sessions. It really helped. Once again, Danny, get a piece of cake. Congratulations to you. Don't forget the beer also. The PMP mindset, I keep telling you guys got to watch that. So you got to read that section of my book, the mindset. That's the secret right there. The highlight tool. So when you're taking the exam, you could use the highlight tool. I forgot to mention that. There is a highlight tool that you can use in order to highlight keywords. You guys should use that. I'm using Hellman's mock exams from the book. I don't know what that is. Any comment on Hellman's question? I don't even know what Hellman's questions are. Are you talking, is that Kim Hellman? Is that the Cybex study yet? I don't know. I don't know how good it is. I've not heard. I've never seen it. So I don't know how good it is. Maybe it's good. I don't know. It could be amazing. I don't know how good it is. I never evaluated that. If you're doing from home, is it possible to cheat? I'm not even going to answer that. Is it possible to cheat? Don't cheat, okay? That you get in trouble, you lose, you'll never be certified. Don't do that. Why should I? No, okay, so this is a good question. Somebody asked me here. Claire says, why should I attend your TIA bootcamp versus your Udemy course? Your Udemy training materials are included in the bootcamp. No, they're not. The TIA bootcamps, remember, it's two different companies. Technical Institute of America bootcamp is the PMI authorized training course. It comes with the PMI authorized slides. That's their slides, their study guide, and it comes with everything, my book, my training videos, and so on. The bootcamp gives you a lot more, but of course it costs a lot more, and it's a live class. It's not a video course. Live classes will always cost more because you have a live trainer with you at all times. You can ask questions. So you get a lot more because you're paying a lot more. Should you attend the boot camp or should you take the question that you should ask yourself is, do I want a boot camp or do I want a self-paced course? Listen, I'll tell you, me personally, I attend a lot of boot camps because I'm like a slacker and I don't do very well in self-paced courses. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So if I want something quicker, the boot camp is a lot quicker and you get access to all the PMI stuff. So it's a good question. I should do a video on that. Boot camps versus self-paced. I should do a video on that. Just thought that's a good one. All right. Pmp is giving discounts for retesting. Maybe. I'm not sure if they're giving discounts for retesting. The proctors are very strict. Somebody's saying, yes, you mess up. They think you're cheating anything. They think you're doing some little funny business. Yeah, they can you on your exam. Don't do it. Don't be very careful. Follow instructions at all times. If you get the PMI ACP, can the Pdus for Pmp be used for the ACP? Generally, people get Pmp and then ACP. But if you have ACP and then you study Pmp, yes, the Pdus you get. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I think I got this question wrong. Can the Pdus for Pmp be used for ACP? Yes, it could. It definitely could, because it covers, it has all the same content in there. Somebody says, some of my friends have kind of reached out to me for suggestion. I recommend your channel material. Thank you there, Amit. Any tips for writing the application? Don't forget, check out the Technical Institute of America YouTube channel. I got a bunch. I got the whole application course there. Also the free Udemy courses there. If you have my course, the application instructions are in my course. I show you particularly how to write it. I'll show you how to write the description. I'll give you a little template. All right, check that out. Ahmed says you were the game changer for me. Thank you, Ahmed. Hey, Andrew, it's here in Spain. Well, welcome. Welcome to the United States. We wake up late and go to bed late. I'm also a night person. It's 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, that's pretty late. Somebody says, I have read the Agile Hybrid questions will appear in the exam. Will the Agile Practice Guide along with mock exam be enough? Yeah, you'll be fine. Which of the following is not one of the lean development? Okay, I don't see the choices there. Yeah, if there's there's a little error on the question, we can correct that. No big deal. Is it true for those who have passed the PMP after you submitted your last? I'm not sure. Is it true that for those who passed PMP after you submitted your last, you wouldn't know if you passed until you were notified that you actually passed? The moment you finish the test, Daniel, they'll tell you whether you passed or failed. It's instant. Is the Agile Mindset good enough from our Udemy course or the book? The book explains it a little bit more. It's basically the same thing, though. Stephanie says, thanks for the live. Thank you for attending. All right, I think I've gotten everybody's question now. All right, so I've gone through everybody's comments. Okay, guys. Another one says here, I've taken your Udemy course first time in a while. First time in a while, I felt so confident going through the exam. You know, one of the things when you guys attend these sessions, and I know a bunch of you guys are taking your exam in the next week coming up. When you guys attend these sessions, these night sessions with me, and you see so many people have passed and they're giving you their feedback, it builds up your own confidence. It makes you confident that, you know what, hey, I could do this too. So when you guys take your exam, and for those of you that all took your exam and passed, thank you for attending these sessions. Back again, you didn't forget about us, and letting us know that you passed, because the encouragement is really needed. I know me personally, I failed some exam a lot. In fact, I failed a lot in terms of certification exams. And just hearing about how other people passed and what they did really gives you that encouragement that you could do it too. And there were some certifications that I didn't think I could do it many years ago. And I got some encouragement from some folks. Hey, Andrew, you got this. You could do this. Not that difficult. And I did it. And I passed it, and it changed my life once. So it's really, these sessions are really important. That's why I decided, let me do these sessions. Maybe it'll help somebody out. Okay, I got another question here. PMI list process, policy, and procedures part of the. What's the difference between a process, a policy, and a procedure, an OPA? Yeah, go with what PMBOK says. Something like a policy or a process, stick with it as one. Don't worry with the practice test. You go with what PMBOK says. You wish you had came across my Udemy course earlier. It's still there. You can still get it. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's still there. Okay, you can still go get it. Udemy always have a sale on it, so it's not that expensive. Okay, guys, let's go do some practice question. It is now 38 minutes in. We got 88 students. Hey, what happened? I thought we should have got more. Last week we got up to 100. Okay, let's go and knock out some practice questions, guys. We got 10 practice questions. We got one drag and drop there. I thought the questions tonight shouldn't be too difficult. I thought they were pretty easy myself. Let's take a look at some practice questions. Okay, so practice questions. Let's go into this. Somebody says here, my exam is in 5 days with a smiley face that's not smiling. What are you worried about? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna pass, okay? Okay, guys, let's go through this here, some practice questions. All right, so once again, I'm going to read the question. You guys read it. Put the answer in the box. Let's get a consensus on how we are doing with practice questions. All right, here we go, guys. So practice question number 1. A project change was approved and implemented, but it did not accomplish the intended risk management goals. In fact, there have been adverse consequences for the risk response. What should the project manager do first in this situation? A, re-examine or alter previous assumptions after consulting the assumption log. B, revise the lesson learned register with the risk information. C, revise the probability and impact after considering any risk. D, re-examine the risk response with the project team and understand how it failed. Okay, what answer do you guys have? Somebody asked me another question here. Which knowledge area does change management plan is created? Change management plan is created. Knowledge area and integration. Okay, what answer do you guys have here? Okay, so in this particular question, okay, we got a lot of D's here. Many D's. All right, it seems like if this is not D, we're going to have a problem, right? And the answer definitely is D. And the question we're going to say, hey, well, why is it D? Well, because here's a quick tip for your exam, and you've heard me give this tip 100 times over. If anytime a project manager comes across a problem, and you got this thing that says first, you never take actions first, okay? You never go about and say, oh, the first thing I'm going to do is fix something or break something or report something. The first thing the moment I saw this one first, I was like, all right, we got to re-examine, not revise. So that would eliminate it. B and C, the first thing we want to do is we want to assess, we want to re-examine. Remember that tip for your exam. All right, let's go to question number 2, guys. Question number 2. Although the possibility of a union action was deemed to be low, you have heard rumors that such actions may in fact occur in the next few weeks and substantially impact your project budget and schedule. What should the project manager do next in this situation? What should the project manager do next in this situation? A. Notify all stakeholders of the union action and add any new risks to the risk register. Obtain more data by reviewing the project management plan. Create incentives for those who do not participate and create disincentives for those who do. Discuss the problem directly with the union leader. What answer do you guys get? Okay, what answer did you guys get here? 7, no joke. 7 says, Andrew, sometimes they say first to resolve the problem. Sometimes reviewing doesn't solve the problem. Well, they're saying the first step in the process of resolving a problem. That's what they mean. All right, what answer did you guys get? I thought this was a good question. This was a good question. What should we do first? All right, what should the project manager... Well, this one didn't say first. This one says next, right? What should we do? So we got a lot of A's. We got some B's. We got some D's. We got quite a lot of... Okay, good, no one got C. That was a throw-out choice there. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a tip, especially this word here that we have in this question. So first of all, it says next. And the other word here you have is where they say, you have heard a rumor. Okay, so it's a rumor. Okay, so what do we do about rumors and the word next? The answer here is more reviewing. Come on, you guys should have got this. So definitely you don't want to do A. Notify all stakeholders of the union action. How do you know that there is going to be a union action? And then add the risk. This is taken action on a rumor. Project managers don't take actions on rumors. Project managers assess rumors. They check things. C doesn't even make sense here, right? So C is no good. You don't know whether the possibility of union action, how it's going to impact, and I don't think you should be pushing people away from it. Maybe it's something to think about. So definitely not C. Now, you really came down to 2 good answers, and a lot of you guys got this, B and D. So you heard a rumor. The next thing in this situation, I think, would be to review the plan, really understand what this could do to your project before discussing it with the union leader. Maybe I would do B, then D. D, you're going to call the union leader. Remember, don't talk about something that may never happen. Because first of all, it was deemed low. And there's a rumor that it may happen now. It's a rumor, guys. All right, guys, very good. Let's go to practice question number 3. The project manager learns that an unofficial communication platform is being used by the project team when a team member complains that is being used inappropriately. How should the project manager handle the situation? A. Describe the problem to the compliance officer after punishing the guilty parties. B. Have the project team stop using the platform, then review the communication management plan. C. Terminate the platform as it's not in the communication management plan. D. Assign project resources to monitor this platform. All right. What answer do you guys have? Somebody says, this is a good question. Does the approach change when going from first to next? Not really, right? First and next is basically the same thing. That's right. Somebody says there, so Andrew, the tip first or next. What should you do first is always assess. Yeah, do some kind of assessment. Project managers, their actions are generally the first thing they do is never just to take action. No, learn about your situation. Okay, let's take a look at this. It seems like everybody here has B on question number 3, and the answer is B. Okay, so this one I thought was pretty easy. So it says here, first of all, punish the guilty. I don't think we're not going to punish people just like that. They're using a communication platform. It might be a good thing. It may be helping them. Maybe they're just not using it right as it's being used inappropriately. The best thing you could do right away is to stop the team from using it. So that would have either been B or C. D, assign resources to monitor. You can't do this because this thing is being used inappropriately. And we're not sure what that means, but stop using it right away. Review the communication management plan. See what can be done. Maybe it's something we can use and maybe we can learn how to use it appropriately. Not terminate it as it's not in the plan. All right, you just don't shut the team members down like that. Question number 4. A feasibility study was conducted and project requirements selected. After a data analysis, a change request has now been approved that contradicts the original requirements. How should the project manager handle the situation? Perform the change request immediately. Refuse the change request. Request a report on the data analysis. Request a feasibility study for the new project. Okay, what answer did you guys get? All right, you guys thinking about this one here? This one should not be too difficult. This one here should not be too difficult. Okay, we got some A's. This here was a kind of a tricky question. We got some A's. We got some C's. We got some A's. We got some C's. We got a lot of C's here. A lot of A's, a lot of C's. So this one here, you're going to want to make sure you just follow the process on this. And the answer here is realistically, if a change request has been approved, the next thing to do, now you're always going to get change, when you're working on a project and they come up with the initial requirements and the project goes in and people start doing it, there will be changes to those requirements. And if a change is changed, for example, let's say they wanted to paint the room green, but after the project started, they paint one wall, they decide, you know what, green isn't the best, it's painted blue. We know blue is the best color, so what they said, you know what, let's paint it blue. Now that's going to contradict the original product requirements. Well, if it goes through a change request process and the change is approved, then do it. Get it done. It's a trick question. Question number 5. A project manager on a hybrid project requires a highly skilled resource that is only available overseas. He locates one who can work on site, but the visa process is taking longer than he expected. How should the project manager handle the situation? A. Assign overtime work to relevant resources. B. Submit a change request for scope reduction. C. Artificially delay the project to account for the change. And D. Have the resource work remotely. Okay, what answer did you guys get? This one, pretty easy. Should be pretty easy, guys. Should be pretty easy. What answer did you guys get? Okay, we got a lot of D's. Yeah, D's. A lot of D's. I think this one here was pretty easy. D is definitely the answer. It's talking about how should the project manager handle this. So you have a resource, you need the person to work. First of all, this word artificially delay, this is lying. Okay, never ever, as an easy tip for your exam is never lie on a project. Don't artificially create things. Don't break the law. Some common sense stuff when managing a project. Question number 6. One contractor has been late several times in a row. This time on a critical project deliverable. The budget for this project includes a buffer of 22% for cost overruns. What should the project manager do first? Keyword here is first in this case. Consider other vendors that could produce project deliverables. Replace the current vendor and request a contract from the new vendor. Have a meeting with the vendor to discuss why slippage. Revise the project schedule after first internalizing the cost overruns. All right, what answer did you guys get? What answer did you guys get? Somebody says, Andrew, you're saying easy, but this is the difficulty of the real exam. The real exam is going to, the real exam is very similar to this. It may be a little bit vaguer. I mean, if you have the theory down, the exam is not that difficult. I'm telling you guys, if you follow the theories, if you follow my advice, you're going to pass, all right? It's not that difficult. With the amount of people you see passing, come on. 7, no joke, 7 is the screen name. It's not that difficult. Okay, we got a lot of C's here. We got somebody with a D. We got a lot of C's here. What are we going to do first? Okay, so the first thing you're going to be doing here is let's go and talk to the vendor. This vendor is having some problems. And the vendor is saying that, you know what, they've been late a few times on a critical deliverable. What should we do first? If you have a vendor that's consistently late, the first thing you want to do is go and talk to the vendor. Understand, hey, why are we having this problem? This one says revisit the project schedule after internalizing the cost overruns. Revise. Now, this one is revise. Why would you change? Some people said D. Why would you change something if you don't know why that's happening? What if the reason that's happening is because it was a temporary thing? What if it was a shortage or a supply chain shortage that's causing that and it's not going to happen again? Don't go and just revise things. Speak with them. Understand why we have this problem. Maybe then you can go and change your schedule. C is definitely the better answer. Question number 7. A project manager has implemented a new change request. What would cause a project manager to implement a change request? Choose 3. Which 3 things here will lead to a project manager implementing a change request? All right, make sure to put 3 choices in the box. Make sure to put 3 choices in the box. The 22% cost overrun is tricking you. Yes, we put that in there. Some extra info to throw you off a little bit. All right. Okay, a lot of people that's got A, C, and E seems to be the going thing here. A, C, and E. A lot of people, A, C, and E is the correct choice. So remember for your exam, folks are not getting calculations on their exam. So you got to understand that a CPI of 0.6, that's bad. CPI 1 and below, bad. 1 and over is good. So CPI of 0.6 means that a project would be 40% over budget. SPI of 1 and greater is good. Anything on the 1 is bad. So 1.2 means you're 20% ahead of your schedule. And SPI of 0.9 means you're 10% behind schedule. CPI of 1.4 means you're 40% under budget. And an SV of 50 means that you're $50 worth of work behind your schedule. So that's bad. Remember, SV and CV, negative, bad. SV, CV, positive is good. All right. Remember that for your exam. I think the questions on people's exam nowadays are really just about knowing these formulas, when one is good, one is bad, being able to interpret the result more than just actually memorizing a formula. In fact, the gentleman I was speaking to before the class started, he was telling me that he memorized all the formulas and he didn't use any of it. All he just had to know was what is the meaning of the formulas. Question number 8. An agile team member is having an issue coding an application function during a sprint. This may delay the project. What should the project manager do in this situation? Have the team member raise the issue in the next stand-up meeting. Have the team member raise the issue in the next retrospectives. Fix the issue with the team member. Inform the team they will need to address this issue immediately. What should we do? Seven No Joke says, out of your 4 mock exam, your demi, and the 5th one in your course, which one is most difficult? I'm not sure. They're all pretty much the same, I think. Okay, so if somebody, the question really comes back to, if somebody's having an issue during a sprint, is basically the question here. Having coded an application during the sprint. If they're having an issue during the sprint, the best place to get the situation sorted out now is to do it in the stand-up meeting. The stand-up meeting, remember, those daily stand-up meetings basically says what we did yesterday, what we're going to do today, and the other thing it says is, do you have any impediments? Do you have any problems that we can help fix? Remember, the team works together. The team works as a single unit. They're all supposed to help each other. So what you should do is have the team member bring that issue up in their next stand-up meeting so it can be addressed. If SV and CV is negative, then it is bad. That is correct. All right, click on the activity that have the least amount of schedule risks. Which of these have the least amount of schedule risks? If SPI and CPI is less than 1, that is bad. Yep. Which one of these will have the least amount of risks? Least amount of risks. Somebody says that correct. Yeah, those statements are correct. Canwar, that is correct. Somebody says that the meetings are only 15 minutes, but they can bring up the issue there, and then the team will work on it after the meeting. Because remember, one of the things that's done in the meeting is they answer the question, do we have any impediments? That way the team is aware of any impediments that they're going to have. Don't forget to review what's done in a stand-up meeting. All right, what are we going to be clicking on here? So you guys are all clicking on, so you have to know your critical path once again, something similar we had in the last couple of weeks. The same diagram, by the way. Yes, this one here is not on the critical path. And activities on the critical path have no slack. So this one here has a slack of 1. That means this one has the least amount of risk, you see, because if there's any delay, scheduling delay between A, B, C, and E, A, B, C, and E, that means that you're going to delay your project. But if you delay D by 1 day, there's not much of a risk there. If you delay it by 1 day, it's okay. Your project's still going to be on schedule, but anything over 1 day, you're going to be over schedule. Okay, guys, very good. Let's take a look now at a quick drag and drop. Here we have 8 Tuckmans. Now, this seems to be one of the big ones on your exam. A lot of people are getting the question on the test, a drag and drop, where they're going to tell you to place, they're going to give you a little scenario on each of them, and you then have to place the the Tuckman's stages based on a scenario. This should be an easy question. So go ahead, guys, and do it. Go ahead and put where these words belong. So you're going to move one of these words into these boxes here. Let's see what answer you guys get. So this is a drag and drop. All right. This is a drag and drop question. Should be pretty easy. Even if you didn't know Tuckman's, I think it was, and you know, this was one of the things that okay, so we got a lot of people are putting the answers in there. Okay, this is one of the things, and if you know your Tuckman, you understand what's happening. I thought it was a pretty easy question. So the first thing, if team members are having issues, well, this is definitely they're storming here. All right, so they're storming, they're having problems. Team members are learning about the project and what their roles would be. So hey, if they're now learning about the project, they're learning what is it they're going to be doing? They're forming. The team is now coming together. Team members are completing the project work. If they're completing the project work, it means they're actually doing the work of itself. So that is performing. So what I want you guys to do, it seems like a lot of people are getting questions on Tuckman. Make sure to review that. Make sure you know what's happening in all those stages, because it seems like you're getting a lot of questions on knowing the stages. Just don't memorize forming, norming, storming, performing, and so on. Make sure you know what's happening at every stage, because that seems to be a drag and drop. One thing I'll mention is that some people were saying that quite a few folks were saying that they look forward to the drag and drop because they were that easy. So it's a good thing. Hey, I did that video a while back that says why the Pmp exam is easier, and I think the drag and drop makes it a lot easier. I've had some people tell me that they look forward to drag and drop because they were always easier than the multiple choice question. Is Tuckman covered? Yes, check the resource section. I do have a whole section on that. I covered it twice in my Udemy course. I covered it when I did the PMBOK section, and I covered it when I did the Agile section also. Both are in there. Make sure you know it very well. Okay, guys, very good. Congratulations to all of you guys that have passed the exam. If you're still with us, congratulations to you guys. Whoever is taking their exam in the next 7 days, I wish you the absolute best of luck. If you do take it in the next 7 days, don't forget about our little group here. Come back. Let us know how you do. Let me know whether you pass, what you use. Just like you saw today, it really helps this group here. Keeps everybody motivated. All right. Somebody says here, do we need to know the names of these charts and graph stages? Yes, you should. It's terminology. So come back and let the group know. All right. Hopefully you guys had some fun tonight. Hopefully I answered all of you guys' questions. Next week, we'll do some more practice questions. I got to make these things a lot more harder, really trick you guys up. So, by the way, don't forget to like the video. Come on, guys. We're 87 of us. Did you guys hit the like button? Yep. NM says, somebody just popped in, pass your exam. Congratulations. Another one. Congratulations. Make sure to get the cake. Don't forget the cake. And the beer. Somebody schedule your exam next Tuesday. If you take your exam before this session, let me know. Please pop in. Where do we find my video on servant leader? It's in the Udemy course. I also did one here on my YouTube channel. Check somewhere in the video section. You'll find it. It's not called servant leader. It's called my best tip for situational question. And the answer was, it was to do a servant leader. To be a servant leader. Paul says, who's responsible for setting the team rules in Agile? It should be a collaborative effort. The team charter. Pmp does tell us the team charter is best made by the team. All right, that's better. On the likes there. Need a bit more time to think about them. Yeah, so I got to make these things harder. Guys, and with that in mind, thank you all for attending. Don't forget to tell your friends, whoever is taking, your colleagues, whoever's taking their PMP, to check out my stuff, my course, my books, videos, whatever. But I need some folks to attend. Let's make the group bigger. The bigger the group gets, the more questions I get, the more I'm going to help you guys out. What knowledge area does change management plan? Knowledge area integration is the knowledge area. It's created in a process called develop project management plan. If a question is geared to PMBOK and Agile, where to learn it? Where to learn it? My video, of course, there, James. I'm not sure. It's geared to PMBOK and Agile. Remember, PMI has PMBOK and they have the Agile Practice Guide. I mean, those are the two books people use. Guys, thank you guys for attending. I will see you guys next week. If you're taking your exam, good luck this week. Don't forget about us. I will see you guys in a week. I gotta get some harder questions. You guys are acing this too easy now. And I will see you guys. Tell your friends and your family to join us. And I will see you guys in a week. Thank you guys for attending.